Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're over 50 or caring for a senior loved one, today's video is going to be a game changer. Rice is one of the most loved foods around the world. It's comforting, easy to cook, and part of so many of our daily meals. But here's the problem: as we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to carbs. Eating too much of the wrong kind of rice can lead to blood sugar spikes, weight gain, and even digestive issues. And if you're dealing with diabetes, prediabetes, or gut health problems, rice can sometimes feel like the enemy. But what if I told you, you don't have to give up rice to stay healthy? That's right. Today I'm going to share 5 powerful rice hacks that can help lower blood sugar, improve digestion, and actually feed the good bacteria in your gut, all while letting you keep rice on your plate. These hacks are backed by science, simple to do at home, and perfect for seniors who want to enjoy their favorite foods without harming their health. You'll learn tricks like how cooking and cooling rice can reduce its impact on blood sugar, the best types of rice to choose, and how simple additions like healthy fats and fiber can make rice much better for your gut. Why is this so important? Because as we age, our metabolism slows down, our insulin sensitivity decreases, and our gut microbiome changes. That means the same plate of rice that was fine in our 20s might not be so friendly in our 60s. But with just a few smart changes, you can still enjoy rice in a way that supports stable energy, better digestion, and overall well-being. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to transform rice into a healthy superfood for your body. And hey, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss more tips for senior health and wellness. Let's dive into one of the simplest but most powerful rice hacks that can truly change the way you eat rice without harming your blood sugar. It's called cook, cool, and reheat rice for resistant starch. Now, you might be wondering, why should I bother cooling and reheating my rice? Isn't fresh, steaming rice always better? Well, this trick is backed by real science, and once you understand it, you'll realize how easy it is to make rice healthier for your blood sugar and your gut at the same time. Here's how it works. When you cook rice normally and eat it right away, the starch in rice is easily broken down into glucose. That means your blood sugar spikes quickly, which can be risky for seniors, especially if you have diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance. But when you let that rice cool completely, for several hours or overnight, some of the starch inside the rice changes into a different form called resistant starch. Resistant starch is special because it resists digestion in the small intestine. Instead of turning into sugar, it travels down to the large intestine where it feeds the good bacteria in your gut. This is great for 2 big reasons. First, because your body digests resistant starch more slowly, it reduces the blood sugar spike you'd normally get from rice. Second, it acts like a prebiotic, nourishing the healthy bacteria in your gut, which can improve digestion, reduce inflammation, and even support your immune system. What's even more amazing is that reheating the cooled rice doesn't reverse this effect. The resistant starch stays there even after you heat it back up. That means you can still enjoy warm, tasty rice while making it much healthier. So how do you do this at home? It's super simple. Cook your rice as usual, using your preferred method. Once it's done, let the rice cool down to room temperature. Store it in an airtight container in the fridge for at least 8 to 12 hours. When you're ready to eat, reheat it by steaming, microwaving, or stir-frying. One very important safety tip: always refrigerate rice within 1 hour after cooking. If rice sits out for too long, bacteria can grow, which may cause food poisoning. And when reheating, make sure the rice is steaming hot before you eat it. Does reheating ruin the taste? Not at all. In fact, cooled and reheated rice often has a firmer texture that many people prefer. Plus, it works perfectly for dishes like fried rice, rice bowls, or rice salads. Here's an example. Imagine cooking a batch of rice in the evening. You cool it, put it in the fridge, and the next day you reheat just enough for lunch. Pair it with some grilled chicken and vegetables, and you've got a meal that's not only delicious but also much friendlier for your blood sugar. The benefits of resistant starch go beyond just blood sugar. It also helps you feel fuller for longer, which can reduce cravings and support weight management. The good bacteria in your gut ferment this starch and produce short-chain fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and improve colon health. For seniors, this is especially valuable, because as we age, our gut microbiome changes and our insulin sensitivity declines. Adding more resistant starch can help improve digestion and overall well-being without cutting out staple foods like rice. This trick is also cost-effective. Instead of cooking rice for every single meal, you can make a big batch, store it in the fridge, and simply reheat portions as you need them. It saves time, reduces food waste, and makes meal prep easier. Another great thing is that this hack works not just for rice but for other starchy foods like pasta and potatoes. Whenever you cook, cool, and reheat these foods, you increase their resistant starch content. It's a simple change with big health benefits. Science backs this up. Several studies have shown that cooling and reheating rice can reduce its available calories by up to 50% and lower the blood sugar response by 3040%. That's a huge difference, especially for anyone struggling to control their blood sugar levels. It's amazing how such a small change can have such a big impact. Cooking, cooling, and reheating rice is an effortless way to turn rice from a blood sugar enemy into something that supports your health. You don't have to give up rice. You just have to be smarter about how you prepare it. Next time you plan your meals, cook extra rice, cool it overnight, and then reheat portions whenever you want. Not only will you enjoy the same flavor and comfort of rice, but you'll also be doing something incredible for your blood sugar and your gut. This simple habit can become part of your weekly routine. It takes no extra effort and can help you feel better, manage your energy, and improve your overall health without sacrificing the foods you love. Now let's move on to our second rice hack, which is all about choosing the right type of rice. Believe it or not all rice is created equal. The type of rice you eat can make a huge difference in how your body responds, especially when it comes to blood sugar and gut health. When you think of rice, most people picture white rice because it's common in many households. But white rice is a refined grain, meaning that its outer bran and nutrient-rich layers have been removed. This makes it soft and fluffy, but it also makes it high on the glycemic index. That means it can raise your blood sugar quickly, which isn't ideal if you're trying to manage diabetes or improve your metabolism. So, what are better options? The best choice is whole grain rice varieties because they contain more fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Fiber slows down how quickly your body digests the rice, helping to prevent blood sugar spikes. It also supports gut health by feeding the good bacteria in your digestive system. Here are some great options to consider. White heavy checkmark brown rice. Brown rice is a whole grain because it still has the bran and germ layers intact. It's chewier, has a nutty flavor, and is packed with fiber, magnesium, and B vitamins. The extra fiber makes it much better for blood sugar control than white rice. White heavy checkmark black rice, sometimes called forbidden rice. Black rice is loaded with antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, which are the same compounds found in blueberries. It has a slightly sweet, nutty taste and offers more nutrients than white rice. White heavy checkmark red rice, another whole grain option. Red rice contains antioxidants and minerals. It has a unique earthy flavor and works great in rice bowls or as a side dish. White heavy checkmark wild rice. Technically, wild rice is a seed, not rice, but it's high in protein and fiber. It takes longer to cook but is an excellent option for nutrient-dense meals. White heavy checkmark parboiled rice. Parboiled rice is partially cooked in its husk before being processed. It has more nutrients than white rice and a lower glycemic index, making it a better option for blood sugar. When you switch from white rice to these whole grain varieties, you get more fiber, which slows digestion and gives you a steadier release of energy. For seniors, this is really important because fiber not only helps with blood sugar but also supports heart health, bowel regularity, and even weight control. Some people worry that whole grain rice takes longer to cook or might be harder to digest. A simple trick is to soak the rice for 30 minutes before cooking. This reduces cooking time and makes it easier on your stomach. Another tip is to start slowly. If you've been eating white rice your whole life, switching overnight to brown or black rice might feel like a big change in taste and texture. Try mixing them at first, half white, half brown, and gradually increase the whole grain portion as you get used to it. Choosing the right type of rice is also about portion size and cooking method. A lot of people eat large heaps of white rice with very little protein or vegetables. That combination is what really causes blood sugar spikes. By picking a whole grain rice and pairing it with lean protein and veggies, you create a balanced meal that digests slowly and keeps your energy stable. Another bonus of whole grain rice is that it contains natural nutrients like magnesium and chromium, which play a role in blood sugar control. Seniors are often low in these minerals because of age-related changes in absorption, so getting them from whole foods is an easy way to boost your intake. If you want a really gut-friendly option, consider trying fermented rice dishes like idli or dosa in Indian cuisine. These are made from rice that has been soaked and fermented, which adds probiotics that help your gut. While this might not be part of your usual diet, it shows that rice can be prepared in ways that actually support gut health. You don't have to give up rice completely. The key is to choose smarter. Instead of always defaulting to plain white rice, experiment with these healthier varieties. You'll get more flavor, better nutrition, and most importantly, a much gentler effect on your blood sugar. Another great thing about whole grain rice is how versatile it is. Brown rice works well in stir-fries and grain bowls. Black or red rice makes salads look beautiful and taste incredible. Wild rice pairs wonderfully with soups and roasted vegetables. Parboiled rice is great for quick weekday meals. If you combine this hack with the first one, cooking, cooling, and reheating, you get double the benefits. A whole grain rice that has been cooled and reheated will have even more resistant starch and fiber. That means lower blood sugar spikes, better digestion, and a happy gut. The beauty of this hack is that it's all about making small changes. Instead of seeing rice as something you need to avoid, think of it as something you can optimize. By simply choosing a healthier type of rice, you can keep enjoying your favorite meals while supporting your health at the same time. Over time, these small changes add up. Eating whole grain rice helps reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and digestive problems. It gives your body the nutrients it needs to stay strong, and it helps you feel full and satisfied without the sugar crashes. Making this switch is one of the easiest and most effective ways to take control of your health without feeling deprived. It's not about dieting, it's about upgrading what you already eat. Let's talk about another simple but powerful rice hack that can help you control blood sugar and support gut health, adding healthy fats while cooking rice. You might be thinking, wait, adding fat makes rice healthier? Yes. But it's all about the right type of fat and the science behind it. When you cook rice with a small amount of healthy fat, like coconut oil, olive oil, or ghee, something interesting happens. The fat interacts with the starch molecules in rice and actually changes the way your body digests it. The fat creates a barrier around the starch, which slows down digestion and reduces the blood sugar spike after eating. In fact, a study from Sri Lanka found that when rice was cooked with coconut oil and then cooled, the resistant starch content increased by up to 10 times. That means not only do you get the benefits of adding fat, but if you also combine this with our first hack, cooking, cooling, and reheating, you can supercharge the effect. So, how do you do it? It's simple. When cooking rice, add about 1 teaspoon of coconut oil or olive oil per half cup of uncooked rice. You can add it directly to the boiling water or to the pot right after adding the rice. The rice will absorb some of that fat, giving it a richer flavor and a lower glycemic impact. Why coconut oil, olive oil, or ghee? Because these are healthy fats that provide more than just calories. White heavy checkmark coconut oil contains medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, which are easier to digest and can provide a quick source of energy for seniors. White heavy checkmark olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants, which support heart health and reduce inflammation. White heavy checkmark ghee, a form of clarified butter, is used in many traditional diets and is rich in fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which become more important as we age. When you combine healthy fats with rice, it also slows gastric emptying, meaning food stays in your stomach longer. This helps you feel full and satisfied, reducing the chance of overeating or snacking on unhealthy foods later. Adding healthy fats doesn't mean you should pour a lot of oil into your rice. Just a small amount is enough. The key is balance. Too much fat can add excess calories, but the right amount can actually make your meals more blood sugar friendly and gut friendly. Another great thing about adding healthy fats is that it improves the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins from other foods you eat with rice, like vegetables. For example, if you serve rice with stir-fried spinach or carrots, adding a little healthy fat can help your body absorb more vitamin A and other antioxidants from those veggies. For seniors, this is especially important. As we age, our digestive system becomes less efficient at absorbing certain nutrients. Healthy fats can improve nutrient absorption, support brain health, and reduce inflammation, all while making rice taste better. If you enjoy flavorful rice dishes, this hack is perfect. You can cook rice with coconut oil for a subtle tropical taste, or use olive oil for a Mediterranean flavor. Ghee gives rice a rich, buttery aroma that pairs well with curries and hearty stews. Here's a simple example. Cook 1 cup of brown rice with 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. Once cooked, cool it in the fridge overnight, then reheat it the next day with some sautéed vegetables and lean protein. You'll end up with a delicious, satisfying meal that's lower in glycemic impact, higher in resistant starch, and much better for your gut health. This hack also pairs well with spices. For instance, you can add turmeric or cumin while cooking rice with healthy fats. Turmeric has anti-inflammatory benefits, while cumin aids digestion. Combined with the fat and fiber from whole grain rice, you create a meal that truly nourishes your body. Remember, it's not just about avoiding certain foods, it's about optimizing what you already eat. Adding healthy fats is a simple upgrade that turns plain rice into a nutrient-enhanced, blood sugar-friendly dish. Healthy fats have another benefit: they help prevent the sugar crash that sometimes happens after eating a high-carb meal. By slowing down digestion, they give you a steady release of energy, which is especially helpful for seniors who need consistent energy levels throughout the day. Making this change doesn't require extra work. You just add a teaspoon or 2 of oil while cooking rice as you normally would. It's easy, tasty, and effective. When you combine this hack with the previous ones, choosing whole grain rice and using the cook-cool-reheat method, you get the maximum benefits. You'll be eating rice that is lower in available carbs, higher in resistant starch, full of fiber, and cooked with healthy fats that support nutrient absorption and satiety. This approach makes it possible to keep rice in your diet without worrying about blood sugar spikes or poor gut health. For seniors, it's one of the easiest ways to make meals more balanced and nourishing without feeling restricted. So the next time you make rice, don't skip this simple step. A small addition of healthy fats can go a long way toward making your meals healthier, tastier, and better for your overall well-being. Now let's look at another powerful way to make rice healthier for your blood sugar and gut: pairing rice with protein and fiber. Many people eat rice as the main part of their meal, a big bowl of rice with just a little bit of vegetables or meat. But eating rice by itself, or with very little protein or fiber, causes your blood sugar to rise quickly. That's because rice is mainly carbohydrates, and when carbs are eaten alone, they turn into glucose very fast. The trick is to balance rice with protein and fiber, which slows down digestion, reduces blood sugar spikes, and keeps you feeling full for longer. Protein plays a big role in stabilizing blood sugar. When you eat protein with carbs, your body digests the meal more slowly. Protein also helps preserve muscle mass, which is especially important as we age. More muscle means better blood sugar control because muscles use up more glucose. Good protein options to pair with rice include white heavy checkmark grilled chicken, turkey, or lean beef. White heavy checkmark fish like salmon, sardines, or tuna. White heavy checkmark eggs or tofu. White heavy checkmark beans, lentils, or chickpeas. Even a simple fried egg on top of your rice can make a big difference in how your body handles that meal. Fiber is just as important. Fiber slows down how quickly sugar enters the bloodstream, and it also feeds the healthy bacteria in your gut. When your gut bacteria ferment fiber, they produce short-chain fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and support digestive health. Great fiber-rich foods to add to rice include white heavy checkmark leafy greens like spinach, kale, or bok choy. White heavy checkmark non-starchy veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, peppers, or zucchini. White heavy checkmark beans and lentils, these give you both protein and fiber. White heavy checkmark avocado or chia seeds for a little extra fiber and healthy fats. Here's an example of how you can combine these elements into one meal. Instead of having a large plate of plain white rice, try half a cup of brown rice topped with grilled salmon and a side of stir-fried broccoli and carrots. You get whole grain rice for fiber, protein from the salmon, and extra fiber and antioxidants from the vegetables. The result is a balanced meal that won't send your blood sugar soaring. You can also try rice bowls. Start with a small portion of rice, then add beans, grilled chicken or tofu, lots of colorful veggies, and a drizzle of olive oil or yogurt-based dressing. This way, the rice is just part of the meal instead of the main star. Why does this work so well? Because when carbs are eaten with protein, fat, and fiber, your stomach empties more slowly. That means glucose enters your bloodstream gradually instead of all at once. You get steady energy, feel full for longer, and avoid the sugar crash that can happen after a big bowl of plain rice. Another benefit for seniors is that meals with balanced protein and fiber help maintain muscle, support digestion, and improve heart health. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, which can make blood sugar harder to control. Eating enough protein with every meal, including rice dishes, is a simple way to fight this. For gut health, combining rice with beans or lentils is fantastic. Beans are rich in prebiotic fibers that feed your good gut bacteria. A dish like rice and beans is not only filling but also provides plant-based protein and gut-friendly fiber at the same time. It's also important to pay attention to portion sizes. A healthy plate should be 1/2 vegetables, 1/4 protein, and 1/4 rice or other grains. This simple rule ensures you get the right balance of nutrients while keeping carbs in check. Another easy tip is to add a small salad or a vegetable soup before your rice meal. Eating fiber first can reduce how much sugar gets absorbed from the carbs you eat next. It's a small habit that can have a big impact. By combining this hack with the previous ones, like choosing whole grain rice, cooking and cooling it for resistant starch, and adding healthy fats, you create the ultimate blood sugar-friendly rice dish. The best part is that these meals are delicious and satisfying. Instead of thinking of rice as bad, you just change how you serve it. A smaller portion of rice with plenty of vegetables, healthy fats, and lean protein turns rice into a balanced meal instead of a blood sugar trap. When you get into the habit of building meals this way, you'll notice more stable energy, better digestion, and fewer sugar cravings. It's not about giving up rice, it's about making it work for your body. Finally, let's talk about one of the most important but often overlooked rice hacks: controlling portion sizes and timing. Even if you choose the right rice, cook it properly, add healthy fats, and pair it with protein and fiber, eating too much rice at once can still raise your blood sugar. For seniors especially, portion control is key to managing weight, blood sugar, and overall health. So how much rice should you eat? A healthy serving is usually about half a cup of cooked rice per meal, which is roughly the size of your fist. Many people eat 2 to 3 times this amount without realizing it, which can lead to a big spike in blood sugar. Instead of making rice the main part of your meal, think of it as a side dish. The bulk of your plate should be filled with vegetables and protein, while rice should be a smaller portion that adds flavor and texture. Here's a simple visual guide. Poultry leg 1/4 of your plate, rice or other whole grains. Broccoli 1/2 of your plate, non-starchy vegetables. Cut of meat 1/4 of your plate, protein like fish, chicken, or beans. This way, you still enjoy rice without overdoing the carbs. Timing also matters. Eating large amounts of rice late at night, when your body is less active, can lead to higher blood sugar levels the next morning. It's better to have rice during lunch or an early dinner when you're more likely to burn off the energy. Another helpful tip is to eat your vegetables and protein first, then your rice last. When you eat fiber and protein before carbs, it slows digestion and reduces the blood sugar rise from rice. Studies have shown that the order in which you eat foods can have a real impact on glucose levels. If you find yourself craving a big bowl of rice, try eating a small salad or a broth-based soup first. This fills you up, so you naturally eat less rice without feeling deprived. For seniors, portion control is not just about blood sugar. As we age, our metabolism slows down, and we need fewer calories overall. By eating smaller portions of rice and more nutrient-dense foods, you can maintain a healthy weight, prevent overeating, and feel more energetic. You can also try measuring your rice before cooking. For example, measure out half a cup of uncooked rice for 2 people instead of just eyeballing it. This prevents making too much and feeling tempted to finish the whole pot. If you enjoy rice multiple times a day, consider reducing the frequency. Instead of having rice for every meal, try swapping one serving with quinoa, cauliflower rice, or extra vegetables. This keeps your diet balanced while still letting you enjoy rice when you want it. Another important factor is avoiding sugary drinks or desserts with your rice meal. Combining rice with sweetened beverages or treats increases the total carb load and causes a bigger spike in blood sugar. Stick to water, tea, or herbal drinks instead. This hack becomes even more powerful when you combine it with the other 4 hacks we've discussed. Imagine eating a small portion of brown rice that was cooked, cooled, and reheated with a teaspoon of coconut oil, paired with grilled fish and steamed broccoli. That meal is packed with nutrients, high in fiber and resistant starch, and low in glycemic impact, perfect for seniors who want stable energy and better gut health. Controlling portion sizes doesn't mean you have to feel hungry. Filling your plate with fiber-rich vegetables and protein keeps you full and satisfied, so you won't miss the extra rice. Over time, your taste buds and appetite adjust, and you'll find that smaller portions are enough. The goal isn't to give up rice completely. Rice can be part of a healthy diet if you eat it in the right amount and at the right time. With smaller portions, balanced plates, and mindful eating, you can keep enjoying rice while protecting your blood sugar, digestion, and overall health. We've covered 5 simple but powerful rice hacks that can make a big difference for your blood sugar, gut health, and overall well-being as you age. Let's quickly recap what we learned today. White heavy checkmark hack number 1, cook, cool, and reheat rice to boost resistant starch. This simple trick changes the structure of rice starch, making it less digestible and better for blood sugar control. White heavy checkmark hack number 2, choose the right type of rice. Brown rice, wild rice, and black rice have more fiber, nutrients, and a lower glycemic impact compared to white rice. White heavy checkmark hack number 3, add healthy fats while cooking. A small amount of coconut oil, olive oil, or ghee can slow digestion and help your body absorb more nutrients. White heavy checkmark hack number 4, pair rice with protein and fiber. Combining rice with lean protein and lots of vegetables helps balance blood sugar and keeps you full longer. White heavy checkmark hack number 5, control portion sizes and timing. Eating smaller servings of rice, filling most of your plate with veggies and protein, and enjoying rice earlier in the day can help you manage energy and blood sugar levels. These hacks aren't complicated. They don't require expensive supplements or completely cutting out your favorite foods. Instead, they're about making small changes that add up to big improvements in your health. Here are a few final tips to make these hacks part of your daily life. Small blue diamond plan ahead. Cook a batch of rice, cool it in the fridge, and use it throughout the week. Small blue diamond measure portions. Using a measuring cup can prevent overeating without you even realizing it. Small blue diamond add color to your plate. The more colorful veggies you add to your meal, the more fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants you'll get. Small blue diamond eat mindfully. Slow down while eating, chew well, and enjoy every bite. This helps digestion and prevents overeating. Healthy eating doesn't have to be boring or restrictive. By applying these hacks, you can continue enjoying rice as part of balanced, satisfying meals that nourish your body and keep your blood sugar steady. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps support the channel and lets us bring you more videos like this. And I'd love to hear from you. Which rice hack are you most excited to try first? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, small steps lead to big results. Start with one hack today, and before you know it, you'll notice better energy, improved digestion, and more stable blood sugar, all while still enjoying the foods you love.